Today I'm going to share with you the 10 levels of thinking as a guitar player. I'm talking about being harmonically, melodically aware, just like the skills of jazz musicians or advanced musicians. So let's start with number 1. Thinking about the chord you're improvising over. That's the first level I'm going to speak about. This is a C6-9. I have C, E, and I have an A, D, and a G. That means that I can add 2 other notes to my triad, such as the 6 and the 9. If I take a look at C as a triad, the notes are C, E, G, C, E, G, C, E, G. Now, if I add the 6 and the 9 into that arpeggio, what do I get? I get a pentatonic scale. But it's more than pentatonic scale. I'm aware of the functions of each note and the sounds of each note. Complementing that chord. The third level I want to talk about is where you are aware of the rhythms you choose. I can choose to improvise only with upbeats. More syncopated is where I'm going with this. A nice balance of downbeats will definitely make everything feel more solid. Upbeats and syncopation. Downbeats, syncopation, combination of everything. The next level I want to talk about is where you're starting to add chromatic materials to whatever you play. And if you're enjoying this video, please do me a favor, hit that like button and subscribe. I'm talking about enclosures, I'm talking about all those bebop stuff, and just different ways of approaching notes that you want to land on. Instead of playing this, I can play this. Instead of playing this, I can play this. Right? Instead of playing this, I can play this. Or all kinds of different ways to get where I want to get using chromatics and enclosures. The fifth level I want to be talking about today is using different techniques. Being aware of different techniques you're using. That can be sweep. That can be legato. Where I'm pulling off and hammering. That can be a combination of all of those. These kind of stuff make you sound more dynamic in your techniques because you're using different ways, and also it makes it easier for you to execute hard, fast lines like this one. Because you're using different stuff like sweep, legato, snares. These kind of stuff are really cool. When you combine everything we just talked about into one solo, it can sound something like this. The next level I want to talk about is outside-inside playing, where you know different devices you can use to play outside of the tonality. If I'm thinking about C major, I can maybe take a tritone below F sharp major and experiment with that, or maybe D flat, a half step above, and only using those as my out devices, and then balancing and dancing with the outside and insides. Check it out. I'm more in inside right now. Even though I'm using some chromatics, it's still all based around the tonality of C. Now, notice what happens if I start introducing that F sharp that is non-related to C, it's not diatonic to C. Woo, right? Gets you outside for a second, then out in. Feels better, like tension and release. Now, if I use D flat, that's a different kind of sound. Right? Different sound. If I use both F sharp and D flat into C, I get this. Weird, kind of galactic sound. By the way, you can dive deeper into these concepts inside my Galactic Modern Guitar Ultimate Bundle, which features everything from 51 galactic jazz licks, the fundamentals, bebop, melodic minor, triads, and much more. So check it out, the link to do that is in the description of this video. The next level would be to think about a whole progression that is serving our tonality. Instead of thinking just about C as a vamp, the next level is to think about a whole progression, maybe something like a turnaround, which could basically be E minor, which is the 3rd degree, into the 5th of D minor, which is the 6th degree, so 5 of 2, 2, 5, 1. And this will just give me, even though the looper is just vamping, this will give me a feel of me building kind of like cadences. Check it out. Now I can take it to different type of cadences, such as utilizing Coltrane changes, which I'm not going to get into deeply right now, but basically check it out. It's a different type of turnaround. You have C, D flat, which brings me to my flat 6, A flat, and then I can go into B7 and then play my turnaround with some sub 5s. So instead of having E minor, A, D minor, G, and just regular turnaround, I can go C, E flat, A flat, B, E minor, E flat, D minor, D flat, C, and that will sound like this. Very different out sounds, right? Now, understanding all these stuff really takes good fundamentals. It's better to have guidance and resources to do that. And that's exactly why I created the Galactic Modern Guitar series, where I show you everything from triads, arpeggios, how to voice lead triads and arpeggios, all the way to using chromatics, bebop techniques, jazz essentials, and scales combined with everything so you can become an harmonically melodic aware guitar player. Now, if you want to check a cool video where I talk about how to start voice leading arpeggios and start soloing with them, check out this video over here. Check it out.